Guys, we've got some cool new shirts up in the shop. I like this one, it's pretty cool. Got some nice random happens writing on the sleeve. Get yours now. For thousands of years, philosophers have asked the question, what happens if you put firecrackers in a toaster? Well, philosophers, today is the day that we find out. This is a standard ordinary toaster, and this is a firecracker. It's little, but it packs a good amount of punch. The premise is pretty simple. We'll put a firecracker down in the toaster, turn the toaster on, back off, and see what happens. If that goes well, we'll try scaling it up by using more firecrackers. Will the firecracker light? If it does light, will it damage the toaster? Will the toaster explode? That's what we want to learn. Before we start throwing explosives down inside heating devices, we do want to go over a few of the safety precautions that we are taking. You probably have noticed that we're inside the dome. It's a large concrete structure made entirely of non-flammable materials. The floor is made of non-flammable dirt. We have pretty much nothing flammable for about 20 feet, even though I don't think that there are going to be any flames shooting off of this. Additionally, the top of this dome, which does have a little skylight in it, has been equipped with a spark arrestor, so if there are sparks, they shouldn't be able to escape and light anything on fire. And we're also going to make sure that we are well outside of the dome whenever these go off. The toaster takes a couple of minutes to get hot. We will put the firecrackers down into the toaster while it's cold, push down on the toaster button, and then leave the dome entirely. Everything is going to be filmed with tripods. There's a couple reasons for that. One, it eliminates the chance of debris flying and hitting us. Two, it's very echoey in the dome and firecrackers are loud. Any sound in here gets magnified quite a bit, and even with earplugs, we wouldn't want to be inside when these go off. Not only are we in a safe place, but we also went ahead and got a permit from the local fire marshal to be allowed to do this legally. You may notice that we are also kind of out here in the middle of nowhere. There's not much around, and there's a reason for that. We're trying to be courteous to our neighbors. Regardless of how well this does or doesn't work, it's gonna make a lot of noise, and we don't want to bother anyone. As one final safety precaution, even though there's pretty much nothing that could be lit on fire, we do have a couple of fire extinguishers that we'll have on hand and ready near the dome, but not inside, just in case there's something on fire in here. So that way, if there is a surprise fire, we can make sure we can put those out with our fire extinguishers. Here we go, starting off with a single firecracker. Place that in there, it's just sitting nicely where a slice of bread would sit. Now we're gonna press down the button and leave the dome. Here goes. Probably take at least a minute for it to heat up, and we'll see if it gets hot enough to ignite the gunpowder fuse attached to the, I think that's what's gonna happen. I think that the fuse itself will ignite. It's also possible that just the radiant heat won't be enough, and we'll try this again, maybe tilting it at an angle to make sure that that fuse is sort of in contact with one of the heating elements. I think it went off. All right. So let's see the damage. Oh, the toaster, the button on the toaster is still down, and these pop up when there's no longer electricity to them. So it did not destroy everything so badly that the toaster stopped working. Just turn that off. Well, we got one to work, sure, but our toaster's still intact, and that's not so fun. So let's scale this up a bit. All right, definitely going for quite a bit more this time. All right, here we go. I'll be interested to see when I can. Oh! It started. That was some of them. I don't know if it was all of them. What we're gonna do is just let that run for another minute. I can see that the lever on the toaster is still pressed down. If nothing goes off for another minute or two, we'll actually just unplug the toaster out here. We've got an extension cord. We can just unplug that so we know it's not adding additional heat, let it cool off for a couple minutes, and then go in and investigate. So what I was about to say is that once I see the footage, I'm gonna be interested in seeing like how much it looks like the toaster has heated up before the firecrackers start going. Like, does it wait until it's glowing orange? Does it go before that? Is there like one fuse that's touching a heating element and so that's going off sooner? We'll find out. I just don't want to be looking down into an exploding toaster as things are going off. What else is happening? So we're gonna unplug the toaster from here. As I do that, watch the lever just pop right up. Now we'll just give that a minute to cool down, just in case something's still going on. Ooh, our toaster is smoking quite a bit still. It's probably just all the burning paper. Let's take this toaster and move it. Oh, so the bottom of this toaster kind of got blasted open. The firecrackers did do something to it for sure. I think that's how it's supposed to hold closed. I don't know how it managed to shoot itself open, but it did. A lot of blown up firecrackers right there. A couple of them did not explode. The ones without fuses did not explode. And that one with a fuse didn't explode. But our toaster, I mean, the lever stayed in. Now it's unplugged, so it won't. But the lever was still down after everything exploded, so it didn't destroy everything. Orange glow starting to show up. And then just all chaos breaks loose at once. It goes from nothing to 100 in 2 seconds. Oh, that's great. One firecracker was neat, a bunch of firecrackers look pretty good, but we've got a toaster still working and a lot of leftover firecrackers. So now we're just going to fill this thing up. We also have a couple of these ground flowers and a few of these sparklers. We're just gonna fit as much as we can into the toasters and then see what that does. Toaster stuffed full of firecrackers. Find out if it'll survive. Book it. Again, I want to see the footage because I wonder if the flowers or the sparklers will go off first or the firecrackers will start first. There's just so much mystery. Ah! Oh, that can't be nearly all of them. Something went off. I heard a psh. I'm wondering if that was the flower. Usually those burn a little longer. I think that was round one. Oh, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal, and a Happy New Year. I still don't think that was all of them. I think there's more. Lever on the toaster is still down. There's kind of smoke rising up out of it. I assume that's all of the burning paper that the firecrackers are made out of. I want to just light on fire. We'll see. Maybe it'll happen. Oh, it's on fire! Oh, now the fire went out. It's on fire again! Ah! I worry for the camera. There's like fire rising right up to it. Yeah, you might want to move that camera. Plug your ears. Back it off because it's like about to melt the camera probably. Toaster's on fire. The lever is still down on that toaster, even though the whole thing, like literally the whole toaster is just on fire at this point. I don't think it's quite reached the plastic housing. I think we're still burning paper, but I'm impressed. That's only like a $7 toaster. Oh, there it goes. I don't know if that was timing or what. Oh, and now the flower went off. I think it popping back up shifted things inside enough that changed what it did. Now we just kind of have to wait for a few minutes. I suspect most things have now exploded. We've now given this toaster several minutes while there were flames, so I'm pretty sure anything that was going to explode has exploded. Yeah, the fire was basically the burnt paper shells of the flowers just sitting there burning. We have successfully broken this toaster. It's very hot. Unsurprisingly. It was on fire. Of course it was hot.
Random fact, the average household in the United States spends about 35 hours a year making toast.
Here's the smoking remnants from a whole bunch of firecrackers, a couple other types of fireworks, some sparklers, twisted metal remains. Well, we've wanted to know since the dawn of time what happens when you put firecrackers in a toaster, and that question has finally been answered for all of mankind. Some explosions, flames shooting out the top, melting the toaster itself, all great stuff. That is a big old pile of firework ash, and our toaster is quite thoroughly ruined. The lever doesn't even stay down now, even if it is plugged in. It's just broken. I don't know exactly what part broke, probably several. Guys, this was awesome, but that's not all. We've always got more for you to see. The box up at the top will transport you directly to our last video, and you should check that out. The other box will show you what YouTube thinks you should be watching next. And if you aren't subscribed to our channel yet, just hit this bomb to get in the club. That way you never miss out on a video. Don't forget to ring that bell, and we'll see you in the next one. Talk to you then.